Okay. Hmm. Share screen.
Good evening.
Good evening. This is Alexis. We're
This is
internet.
this is Danielle Clark.
Hi, Danielle. You live in Marlton too?
I do. I live. Oh, this is just Marlton too.
No. I'm saying Marlton as in T O
Oh,
O.
I was trying to figure out. It's like so many different ones. Yeah,
That's it.
I live on Westover Court, so on the
Okay.
other side of Grand Haven. Yep,
Okay. There's
all the
three
way
Grand
in the
Havens.
back.
I was gonna say there's
Huh?
three Grand Havens. Which Grand
So the
Haven?
so off of Old Colony, and
Oh,
then you
okay. So
make
you're
a
in the
left.
okay. You're in
Yeah.
you're in the original Grand Haven.
Yes, all the way in the back.
Back. Right. I think the last street over there, I think is what Thornberry?
Yep,
Is that the last street? Yeah.
Thornberry, and then yeah, when you go across, when Thornberry it loops around,
Right.
and so I'm one of the side streets off of that backs to the woods.
Okay. I'm
Yep.
sitting here like I don't have notes to pull out. Okay. Notes. Okay. Oh, handy dandy pen. Um, I prepare for this and then I get nervous on the day of and it just like blows my whole confidence scheme. I do it every time. But we gonna get through it. Hey,
we
Mrs.
appreciate
Stafford,
we
how are you?
appreciate your hard work.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you appreciate me. Mr. Stafford. Hello. Yeah, you muted. Okay, I got Tracy. Hi,
Okay,
Tracy.
okay. Hello, I'm unmuted now.
Okay. Hello there.
Hello, I'm early.
Yeah, a little. I appreciate that.
Okay.
um, I'm sorry to hear, sorry to hear the loss.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We're trying to work through some other issues right now. So
okay.
yeah, it causes some little problems,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mostly financially speaking.
Right, yeah.
Uh,
Okay. So we're gonna get started here in a minute, but I'm gonna give everybody a big stop. We're early. We're early and I'm sitting. Okay. So just making sure. Can everybody see my screen?
yeah.
Good. All right. I'm gonna keep it on here. All right.
It's just black for me. I'm not sure what's going on.
Huh. Okay. Paula, you able to see my screen?
No, it just says Marlton Neighborhood Alliance has started screen sharing, but nothing's come up yet.
I didn't. Okay. What did I do? Okay, so let's stop sharing. And let's start sharing.
I can see you fine.
Okay. You see it
I can
now?
see it now. Yes.
Okay. You see it now, Paul?
Yeah, it's there now.
My daughter made the confetti for it. I thought it was so cute, so I want to make sure she gets the visual for it. Let's see. Looks like it's gonna rain, or it's threatening to rain, or something's going on. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna zoom in. Now, how's that? Is that better? Welcome, 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 new faces. How come my thing won't pull out? There we go. Hi. Hi, everybody. We're just going to give a few more minutes for everybody to show up that's going to show up. I appreciate y'all coming. We'll get started in just a minute. I want to respect your time, so. Okay. Give it a couple more minutes before we get started. There you go.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
I am loud
Can
and clear.
Can you see me?
I can see you. Got a cute ponytail.
Oh, thank you. So the software that we use to pull up the crime stats,
Mhm.
um,
It's still broken.
it's uh iffy type of thing. It's a hit or miss. Can I flip this camera so you can actually see, so you'll know that oh, here it is. Are you able to see this?
A little bit. Let me see. Yeah, I can see it, but I don't get any details on it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to pull up your community stats. I do want to say that I've been detailed to patrol for a while, for like months, because we are
Okay.
really short on manpower.
Right.
So I'm trying to pull up your stats now, and I don't know why this thing, I think it hates.
It's a
I'm not sure
possibility.
why.
Well,
SharePoint
we're gonna
hates everybody.
yeah. Never mind it wrong. That's how it works. So Ms. Dixon, I'm going to start with some other things so you can probably get that worked on, and then I'm going to introduce you after I go through my little bit of business over here. But I know that you're busy, so I'm going to make you first after the treasurer gives her report. Is that okay?
That sounds good to me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I want to welcome everybody. You'll see people coming in. Thank you so much for attending. I appreciate it. Ooh. I sure appreciate it. Let me see, what time we got? We give it 2 more minutes, because I'm still looking for some folks. So, Miss Regina's here. Okay, that's good. All right.
Do you see me?
No, I see your name though. There you go. Hello.
Okay.
All
All right.
Give me just a.
Hey,
Oh no, can't do that. Can't do that now. Okay. So I'm just gonna give 2 more. Actually, a minute now. Give 1 more minute, and then we're gonna get started. Just trying to get everybody in. That was gonna come. So just 1 more minute here. And I hear all the stuff in the background, Miss Regina.
Okay, I can put my.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I've been trying to find a quiet space.
Did you find one yet? No. Okay. Well, it's not that bad. I can hear you better than I can hear the noise in the background. If that makes you feel better.
That does. Problem is just the rooftop, so it's wind.
Okay. Okay. It's 6:35. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Hello, my name is Alexis Reed Curling, and I am the president of MNA. That's Marlton Neighborhood Alliance. And we are having this is our fourth quarterly meeting. We're actually turning a year old, so that's the reason why you see it on our on the screen here. I just wanted to say that it has been a journey. When we started a year ago, we didn't really have an idea as to whether or not we were going to be able to get any of these things done. We wanted to do, I wanted to do a newsletter. I wanted to do a website because I thought it would be easier to have a collective place where people in Marlton could address their concerns or issues or share things that they have going on in their world, or collaborative something if you want to do a block party or anything that you want to include the neighborhood with, or just outreach with within the community. Because when I got here originally, it was a little bit like that, and then it faded away, and I just wanted to bring that back because I felt it was important for us to stay together. So that was the purpose of me doing it. And here we are a year later. We have our newsletter, we have a website, and I'm just amazed that it happened. So I am really proud and happy that that we've done other things too. We started the neighborhood cleanup. We had two actually. One where we had a nice showing up of people coming out, and then the other one, apparently I didn't do a very good job of putting it out there and advertising. So it was just me and Paul. Paul is my husband. He's the vice president of MNA. So I dragged him in here too. And I also dragged in my daughter, who's 22. She's the acting secretary, and we're looking for someone to replace her so she can move on and study without me bothering her, trying to get her a degree or whatnot. So and the treasurer, who is Miss Regina, who's also on here, and she has held my hand through this whole thing because she actually is the president of Marlton 100, and also was the 100, right? I got it right. I did say it right.
Yeah,
Yes.
very right.
Okay, and then also she was the treasurer of CAM. So she was the best person
member of CAM, not treasurer. I'm sorry.
Oh, you was a member? Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Just a member. Well, you were a great member because you helped me through getting through the bylaws and all the things that we needed to do to bring this together and make this cohesive and legal and legit organization. So I'm happy we turned one, and just more things to come for the year. Now that COVID's over, oh my God, we can think about all the other nice things that we can actually reach out to the community and actually fellowship and do things in the community. So I got some things that I have that I'm interested in doing. Nobody liked the bike ride, so I put it out there and asked for people if they want to do bike ride. Nobody wants to do bike ride, so that's okay. Nobody wants to bike ride, that's fine. I'll find other stuff. Maybe I'm not even going to say. I'm going to go down my list and do what I did before. Do a poll and see what people like and go from there. Just to and from the things that I've had on the list of things, they're on our website. Please check out, if you haven't yet, go to marlton.org and look at all the activities that I am proposing we have, if we have enough members that are interested in doing that. Okay, I've talked enough. So let's get on with the treasurer's report, because I'm going to go ahead and get that done because our treasurer is at a happy hour and we want to make sure that she gets back to being happy. So go ahead and share the treasury situation that is what we have. And this is Miss Regina Smith for our treasurer.
Hello, everyone. thank you for your patience with the background noise. As Alexa said, I'm actually at a company happy hour. It's the first happy hour, so I still have to, participate. But moving into the treasury report for the period of March through May of 2021, we started off with a beginning balance March the 1st of $188. We received a donation from Regina Smith on April the 12th for $500. We had a service fee March 1st, April 1st, and May 1st of $10 each. We also had a withdrawal for our annual return for state of Maryland, which was on April the 12th. That was $303. And then we had another withdrawal for our P.O. Box rental fee of $34, which covers the period of June through August. So the end balance as of May 31st is $321. Are there any questions about the treasurer's report or any of the transactions?
Nobody? Okay. I got a
Awesome.
question. Can we grow? Can we put a money tree in the backyard and watch it grow so we can just pick off?
Well, since you're giving me an opportunity to solicit money, let me take the opportunity now. The door has been open. Anyone on the call that is a business, we do accept business memberships. That's $100 for a year. We also take individual memberships for those members that want to participate but are not a part of a homeowners association, or their homeowner associations has not paid their dues. That fee is $25 a year. However, that fee is waived if your homeowners association has paid their annual dues to M&A. And if you're unsure about it, just reach out to me and let me know what homeowners association you are a part of, and I can let you know whether or not they've paid their dues or not. We take all kinds of payments. Please go to our website, www.marlton.org. And like on every page, there is a button for you to donate. And if you click on that and donate, even if it's for your fees or dues, I will be able to discern whether it's a general donation or whether it's for annual dues. So that's it. Thank
I
you.
do have I'm sorry, I do have one quick question. You mentioned about business membership. Can you tell me sort of how that differs and what's the benefit of a business membership?
Well, the business membership would allow for you to have advertisement on our website. It also will allow at least for one mention in our newsletter. We have not decided if we want to expand that beyond that. I'm sorry. So in like organizations like the Marlton Pool is a member. And so we support them in their ventures. If it's a private business, say like Food Lion or Popeyes, we would include their information on the website and try to steer business their way.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I just wanted to share that with a couple of local businesses that I know. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions for Miss Regina?
Yes. Hi, I do have a question.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out the homeowners association, what would be the benefit for them paying the dues to M&A?
All of the programs that we are doing within the Marlton community takes funds. Having the website, having a newsletter, also getting out to have different kind of events, such as Alexis mentioned our failed bike ride, but right now we're having people to volunteer on our community cleanups, and that will be something that we will be able to fund ourselves through M&A. The old organization CAM would have our political leaders to come to the community, those that were running for office. And I envision that's something that we probably would still undertake, but there's a cost for the venue and refreshments. So there's a general list of expenses that the organization encounters, that when the homeowners associations that end up reaping the benefits of these, that's their benefit. Does that make sense?
Yes, I was just wondering why all of them haven't paid in, why wouldn't they pay in?
Honest challenges is that they didn't see a benefit from CAM, and we're trying to demonstrate a benefit with M&A. As you've seen, I'm not going to steal all the thunder that you guys are going to hear about what we've done in the past year, but we've done a lot with only a couple of homeowners associations paying their dues. And there's so much more that we can do if they paid their dues. But some of them are reluctant as a result of the previous organization. And we're just trying to demonstrate we're totally different.
Right.
Regina, may I add also the maintenance of their website?
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty big financial impact right there.
Yeah, there's a commitment there for the website. Yeah, keeping it up and running. And it allows a central place for all of Marlton to get the information that they need about what's going on in Marlton, or where to go in Marlton to find out information, such as where can I pay my dues? That's one of the great features that we are trying to put on the website, but we need the homeowners association presidents and management companies to assist us in that. So we'll have a central place for anyone to go to find out what they need, the information that they need. And I think that's probably the biggest asset that we've brought to bear to date, in addition to re-insurging the newsletter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say. But anyway, what she said. Okay.
Any
All
other
right,
questions?
Any other questions? Okay. All right, Miss Regina, you're free.
Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I can't
Thank you, Ms.
stay, and especially to our guest speakers. I really want to hear what you guys have to say, so I'm going to review this later.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Ms. Regina. Okay, so I was going to have a whole thing about the newsletter, but my our co-chair is actually busy, had to work late. So just to say about the newsletter that we've had two issues now. They were quarterly. We had one that came out in April. Now we have one that just came out in June 4th. We had it. If you haven't seen it yet, go take a look. Actually, this one's bigger than that one. I'm really excited about it. We wanted to start it where we used to have it, where Marlton Advocate used to be every month. We're trying to get it there, but we're not there yet. But Eric has really been working on putting those out monthly to people who have signed up to have a monthly newsletter. So he has started, which I wanted him to kind of go into it. But so for this month, we did it a quarterly, but he's actually going to start it in July where we get it monthly. So if you want to be added on that list of having it monthly, go to our website, marlton.org, and sign up. It's one quick click, and you're there to sign up for that. And again, the website, we are working on it. I need some help. If anybody knows anybody that's interested in helping us put some more material on the website, please contact us at our, which one is it? We have so many email addresses. So Marlton Neighborhood Alliance at gmail.com. Either that, or you can actually go on the website and sign up to be a part of the website, where you can help us design different pages, and we would love that. Sign different pages and different things that we could put on there, because we want to put other things on there, but we're just not that smart. So we need help. So if anybody's interested in doing that, we greatly appreciate that. Now, so because I know that Miss Dixon has you know, working and stuff. I want to respect her time. So go ahead, Miss Dixon. Take it away.
Hi. Okay, so I was able
You're
to
upside down, by the way. You're upside down.
am I down?
Yeah, you're still upside down. There you go. Nope, still upside down.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm Corporal Dixon. For you guys who do not know who I am, my name was Gamdale. So I'm the same person, but I was able to pull up some crime stats for you guys for the past month. I apologize if you guys had a meeting prior to this for the last few months, but I've been detailed to patrol because we are short on manpower. We are checking out people left and right, whether they're retiring or if they are going to pursue other careers, because this is not something they want to continue to do. But I am still here, and this is what I have for you guys. And this is, again, the Marlton community for the past 30 days.
Okay.
You've had some assault calls, a couple on Crane Highway, and then one on Tanyard Road. You've had 3 burglaries, Wheeling Avenue, Fairhaven Avenue, and Crane High, like the 7500 block of Crane Highway. Unfortunately, I can't give you actual addresses because that's confidential, but I can say the street because a lot of people live on the street. For stolen autos, you had 2 stolen autos in the Marlton community, one on Heathermore Boulevard and one on, I think this is called McCullough Court. And then you had a domestic call on Heathermore Boulevard and Legacy Court, and then you had a child abuse call on Center Parkway.
Okay.
So those are the only things that come up in my database for the past month for Marlton.
Okay, so there have been a lot of theft with because we have them on our security cameras with you know, people leaving. I don't know if they're leaving their car doors open or if they're actually breaking into with a little whatever tool they use or whatnot, but they're going in and taking the items out of the front seat, back seat, whatever they can pull out.
Yeah.
We actually have them on camera and actual face. I mean, like really like good features, face or whatnot. And I was wanting to know whether or not you knew about that. And if not, then how do we make sure, like, if we have video that shows the person, obviously these people live in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? You don't go that far just to break in at 3 o'clock in the morning. To do that, or maybe they are. I don't know. I'm assuming. So say it again.
I said you would be surprised where people would come from to break into vehicles. Most of the time, we're finding that theft from autos are because people are leaving their doors unlocked. So what they'll do is the subject will come and tug on the door handle, and if it's unlocked, they just go in. That's what they'll do. They'll go in. Again, I've been in patrol, so I don't know every call for service that go out. In this system that I have, for some reason, I'm not able to pull up theft from autos, just stolen autos. And I don't know why, but I'm going to check with a couple of my colleagues who are very savvy with this program. But most of theft from autos, unless they break the glass or, you know, they break the window or whatever to get in, if there's no damage to the vehicle, that's because they're leaving the car doors unlocked and leaving valuables visible or valuables in the car, period. And we ask that no one leaves anything of value in their car. People leave money, wallets, passports. They leave laptops. They leave all kinds of things in vehicles. And oh my God. And we're like, hey, you guys have to take these belongings in the house, because if someone sees an opportunity, they take the opportunity to take your things. So that's been the biggest challenge in reference to theft from autos.
What about, like, because most of this is happening because they're walking up and down the streets. You know, no one should be walking up and down the streets at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Did I lose
You're correct.
Yeah.
I will say this, a lot of police reform that has taken place and that has passed will not allow us to police like we used to. I can't stop someone because they're walking down the street at 3 a.m. anymore. I really have to have probable cause. I can't even pat you down for a gun unless I can really articulate that you have a gun on you. So the way we have to treat people and treat situations now are a lot different. As far as
what about just the presence of you being, like patrolling the streets, you know that it's a particular area that's having the theft?
We will try to increase police presence. And I don't think I'm supposed to tell you this, but I don't like for people to be left hanging. I want you to know what's really going on. Sometimes we just don't have the people, the amount of personnel that can provide that consistent neighborhood premise check service. We just don't have it right now, but we're doing the best we can to patrol your neighborhood if we get a chance. But if patrol is running from call, they may not get a chance to even touch Marlton or any other neighborhood, not just Marlton.
Right.
But before I went to patrol, I had increased my presence in the Marlton community a lot more. But then when I had to be detailed, it kind of changed that because I had to run calls for service.
Mhm.
But it's one of those things where we want to be out there 24/7, but we can't. We also have an option if you guys are interested in police part-time. And if you're not familiar with police part-time is basically you hire the police, we would work, or the officers will work off duty, but we're specifically working for your neighborhood. So whatever kind of coverage that you guys would like to have, we would have an officer present. So if you wanted 24-hour service, we would have officers rotate the shifts on how long they want to work it, and they will be specifically bound to your neighborhood or whatever hours. Hey, we're having criminal activity from 12 midnight to 6 in the morning. Then that's when the officers will come out. But right now, it's kind of difficult for us to show the amount of police presence that a lot of communities would like to see from us at the moment. I can't say that won't change, but that's what we're dealing with right now. Hopefully with the new chief into place, he'll come up with a strategic plan where we can get, I guess, more resources so we can get out there and have more people out. But right now, that's where we're at. As far as the video footage, if they are reporting those crimes to the police and they're getting reports, contact the district station and let them know, hey, I don't know what detective is assigned to my case, but this is the video footage that we have. Normally patrol will come out when they take the report and look at the video footage, or the detective will say, hey, can you email me that video? And they'll take a look at the video, and then they'll go from there with the investigation.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, anybody have a question about what we just talked about? Because I got other stuff.
I did.
Okay.
My name is Katrina Moss, and hello, Corporal Gambill Dixon. How are you?
Hi, Ms. Moss. How are you?
Doing great, and thank you so much for holding this forum today. I am a part of the Heathermore Townhomes and had a couple of questions about. I know that we're not in a position to work with the hiring a police officer 24. And I know that there has been a decrease in the patrolling due to the hiring and the employment issues. But we have a considerable problem with loitering and dumping at the end of Heathermore Boulevard because it's a dead end and there are no cameras. So we have an area that's actually filled with old tires. There are people who are doing some really strange things that they normally won't do at the top end of Heathermore Boulevard. So given that we don't have the police presence anymore, we can't hire a police officer. What are we supposed to do about that? Because that has a significant impact on our property values, our sense of safety, our environment with all of the dumping. So what are we supposed to be looking at, and what are some ways that we can approach this?
What time of like morning, noon, or night are we talking about this is going on?
So most of the dumping we think is going on, of course, after sundown when people are going to bed. If,
About 9 p.m.
yes, I would say probably around 9, between like 9 a.m. and daylight, because of the things that are being dumped down there,
Or 9
no one
a.m.
seems,
or 9 p.m.
excuse me,
9
9 p.m., 9 p.m.
Okay, to about 12 midnight.
Probably about that time, yeah.
Okay, okay. No, so that's actually workable. I was just explaining that we just can't be there all the time. But that's workable. I can't guarantee every night. Myself and my colleague will be able to be there, but next week I'll have, on Monday when we have our Monday meeting, I'll talk to my sergeant about getting myself and maybe 1 or 2 other people's schedules altered to where we can work that a couple nights next week or the week
Thank-
after, depending on what we have going on. But next week we should at least be able to get out there for at least a day or 2. But I will definitely keep you posted. I was in your neighborhood last week, I think. Yeah, last week I was in your neighborhood. But yes, so let me work on that.
Okay,
That's definitely something that that's workable.
thank
So
you.
yeah, so but again, I can't guarantee every night, but at least we can get out there a night or 2 to see if we can catch somebody trying to slide back there at the dead end street and see if we can kind of like identify who these people are and cite them and maybe arrest them if possible.
Thank you. And my one last thing, and that is the dirt bikes. We have a lot of dirt bikes in the area, and I expect that number to increase as the weather gets warmer. Is there anything that's being done about that? Is there a particular campaign against or to help direct people away from using their dirt bikes in our neighborhoods?
That has been an ongoing issue countywide for several years. And unfortunately, the laws don't allow us to do the things that we would like to do. If you know what home they are facilitating these dirt bikes or ATVs, please give us the information. They will not know where it came from, but we can kind of keep an eye out on the address and see if we can catch these individuals coming from their home or going back in the home. The most we can do is check out the identification numbers on these off-road vehicles, and if they come back stolen or unregistered, then we can take police action. But if they're legit and we're just catching them going in the home, I mean, we can get their information and know who they are, but we can't do anything further than that. If they are, if we are able to catch them in the act, which is very rare because they don't stop for us, we have a no pursuit policy. So if we were to pursue an ATV or a dirt bike and someone gets injured or killed, we're no longer employed and we are indicted and sued civilly. And right now they're going to us for the police reform. They're taking away our law enforcement officer bill of rights, which means that soon, if not already, because I haven't checked up on it in the past couple weeks, but they were trying to make police officers purchase their own liability insurance. So that makes things a lot more scarier for us. Not that we're all out doing unethical things, but we're very, very cautious about how we patrol now, because any little thing, they make a complaint, we're liable, depending on what the complaint is, we're liable to be sued and unemployed.
Understand.
So if you get a chance, if you all haven't already, if you get a chance to look at the police reform, it is available online. Take a look at all the things that citizens have asked for, and it will also show you what has been passed and what has not been passed and will not be passed or will be passed in the future. So policing is and has definitely changed.
Thank you.
No problem.
just wanted to point out that Paul from Public Works and Transportation said he would see if he could get a no dumping $30,000 fine or jail sign installed at the end of Hellamore Boulevard. It would be hard to catch someone dumping since they do it so fast. That was his
Believe
comment
it,
on it.
believe it or not, we've caught quite a bit of people with illegal dumping. It's just us being in the right place at the right time.
Okay.
That's why I said working at these hours a couple days a week or a day a week or so is feasible, and we may be able to catch at least one of the people that might be doing the illegal dumping, if not the person or people. But as far as signs, I believe that might be petition related. And I think there has to be a percentage of people in your neighborhood or in your community that agrees to that sign or those signs to be put up. And once they reach
Okay.
that percentage of residents, then they'll grant it. But I would contact Sydney Harrison's office and ask to speak to Angela Jones. I don't know if she's on this call or not.
She's on
I
here.
think
It's here.
she is.
Mm-hmm.
Angela, how are you, Miss Jones?
She just walked away. She's coming back.
Okay, but when she comes back, I think they know the actual I guess department that deals with that. Because
Yeah.
I'm
Yes,
not
actually, that's my department. I work with the Department of Public Works and Transportation.
okay.
If there is evidence of dumping on any county roadway, our department will definitely put up a no dumping sign. The only problem with the end of Heathermore Boulevard, I'm not sure if the county has accepted that portion of the roadway yet. I think it's still under permit. So I've been waiting on a call back from somebody in that department to let me know if we've actually accepted that portion of Heathermore Boulevard.
Okay, yeah, because unless something has changed, I don't think on the police end that we have any say whether or not a sign can go up or not. I know a lot of things are restricted due to petitions and stuff like that. So I'm not 100%. But if that's your department, maybe you're able to reach out and see if there's something else that can be implemented to where we can try to, I guess, find some legal loopholes to get it done. I mean, I'm not sure, but I know that's something that we don't generally take part in.
Right. I could definitely get a sign up if it's county maintained. That wouldn't be a problem at all. We wouldn't need a petition or any signatures, anything like that. So I could definitely get it done as soon as I find out if we've accepted it.
Okay, yes, yeah, and that's what I don't know. I'm not familiar with if they've accepted it. I do know that certain things do have to be accepted as county property for other things to proceed, like opening roadways that connect when they're under construction in that area, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so because in my community it's like that. We're connected to another single family home community, but because my development is still under construction, they will not open up that roadway until the road is turned over to the county. So it goes back to what you were saying. You probably would have to double check to see if it's been signed over to the county or not, or if the county has possession of that part of Heathermore, and see where you go from there.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm talking to mute. Okay. Did you want to say something, Angela? Ask Tammy. Okay.
Yeah, I think he covered it. I think
Okay.
I don't think he probably. Yeah, he covered it. So I think we're good on that.
But you still have to dial 311.
Okay.
Well, we've
That's-
done
that's-
that. We've done that, and I appreciate you giving me that information. But it's things like tires, refrigerators, bathtubs that are sent down the hill.
And I think because it hasn't, he's not sure if it's been turned over to the county yet or not. It would still be under the HOA I believe this is correct, don't quote me, but because the county hasn't taken possession of that part of Heathermore, if it is still under the, I guess, whoever the owner of the property is, they may have to pay out of pocket to have their own private entity to come and remove the debris.
Okay. Okay. Does that satisfy your question, Katrina?
Indeed, it does. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Anthony Washington, you had a question?
Anthony,
Actually, let Mr. Jones go ahead. I think he was up first.
Okay.
sorry I'm late, and thank you for allowing me to speak. I'm I'm a Marlton resident, and I'm representing the Marlton Pool, also
Okay,
known as.
Mr. Anthony, we're talking about to the police right now. So if you're going to bring up the pool, I would ask that you will hold that conversation until we're done with the program, the way that I have the agenda set up, and I will give you the opportunity to mention the pool. Okay?
Thank you. But
Okay.
one particular question as it regards to the police,
Absolutely.
and possibly maybe an understanding of licensed or unregistered vehicles being on private property versus streets. And if you could clarify that for me, is that a code enforcement or is that a police action?
Okay, I want to say after I answer his question, I am going to have to leave the meeting because I have another Marlton meeting that has started at 7. But when it comes to that, you have to call 311.
Okay.
They do not allow us to tow any vehicles that are abandoned, that are parked on the roadway. If it is on private property, you guys should have a contracted tow company. If you do not, you can have it towed at the owner's expense. If it is involved in a crime, or if it is considered a road hazard, then yes, we can take police action at that point. But they have altered how we remove abandoned vehicles, and they want everyone to go through 311. Tell them you want to report an abandoned vehicle to the abandoned vehicle unit, and they will take the information. I know they were backed up about a month or two the last time I talked to them, but I don't know what their expected wait time is at this moment.
Okay. All right. You said you had to go because I'm gonna unmute.
Yeah, I have Miss Nancy Graham. I have the meeting with them. I forgot the name of their actual community. It's in my Zoom, but yeah, they have a meeting at 7. So I'm gonna jump over to their meeting real quick and share the stats and answer some questions from them.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank
And if you
you.
have any other concerns, you have my email.
Yes.
I would ask that everyone email the HOA, and then they can condense it and send me one email. That way I can address everything and have everything in one form.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you guys so much.
So, so because you're here, Miss Angela Jones, I wanted to ask you if you have heard anything about the grocery thefts that have been going on we have a lot of grocery thefts in Marlton at the Safeway, and actually Safeway is the only one I heard about so far, and they've been going on for a while. Have you heard about anything in regards to that?
Can I just address it real quick?
Go
Okay, I'm
ahead.
getting something here. Okay.
Okay.
So we got the complaint. It was through a citizen. It was not from Safeway. I did speak with employees from Safeway, and they say that if the police come out, we don't do anything, and then Safeway doesn't do anything. If we come out and Safeway is not willing to prosecute, we cannot go any further because they're the victim. With the problem that we have 95% of the time is that we'll arrest individuals for theft because we caught them leaving out of the store, and then the victim, i.e. Safeway, does not show up. And when the victim does not show up to court, the judge has no other choice but to drop the charges against that individual or those individuals, and they don't have a record. And then if they know it's going to be dropped, they go out and keep doing the same thing. So that's the biggest issue that we have when we deal with thefts from stores.
Mhm. That's unfortunate, big time.
It is, but then our hands are tied, because if we do an arrest, we're actually doing an arrest and a bunch of paperwork, and we're spending hours to do that. And then when that court date comes around, no representative from Safeway shows up. We're left hanging high and dry, and with no victim, there's no crime that can be proven.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. You guys take care.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, there's that. Okay. So we do have a little bit of business. Okay. Oh, you have two computers. You got two computers up, Miss Angela? Is that what's going on? Yeah, you do. Okay. Wanted to go ahead.
I said I'm in now. I had to switch computers.
You gotta take one of them. You gotta do mute one.
I got you. I'm good now.
Okay, there we go. We do have a District 9 bulk pickup, shred, and cleanup date coming on the 12th, coming from your office. I have posted it everywhere I could think of posting it, and I'm definitely going to participate in the bulk pickup part of it, because we have stuff that we need to get rid of that's been hanging around. And I wanted to know if anyone had any questions for Miss Angela about the bulk pickup, shred, and cleanup. Anybody?
Yep.
Anybody?
Can I
Absolutely.
suggest too, if anyone has in your area where we can send volunteers out, because we will have volunteers to come out and clean up that area, but we asking that the communities get involved themselves and help clean up their surrounding areas. But if they have an area, I didn't get the young lady's name that was talking about the tires, and somebody said a bathtub was out there.
that was Miss Katrina.
Yeah, we've had a hot tub out here before, yes, and we've had a lot of interesting items.
Oh, but it's not out there now.
No, but the tires are out here. The tires are rolled down the hill.
Okay, can you put the exact address in the chat in the area?
Sure, I
For
can
me,
do that.
please. Okay, thanks. Other than
They're
that,
big tires. They're not the little bitty ones. They're not, they're like the 18-wheeler tires.
okay, yeah, if she could just put it in the chat for me, that'll help. Thanks.
Clean those up. Yay.
So yeah, we're asking that everybody come out in your neighborhood and please help us with the cleanup that day on next Saturday.
Yeah.
So thank you. All right.
Now, you know that Marlton Neighborhood Alliance does a cleanup every month, the third Saturday of every month.
Okay.
So we're going to use this one. It's a week early, but whatever. We're going to use this one as for the month of June for our cleanup.
Okay. All right.
So we actually do that.
Okay.
Anybody have any other questions about the cleanup or the dumping part or anything? Any place else that we need to have it picked up? Because she's gonna take care of that. I'm sorry, somebody was saying something.
No, I was going to ask just quickly, are there, I know that it was suggested that we have some supplies like gloves and trash bags for our neighborhood cleanup, but I was wondering if anyone had any extra tools like the trash pickup things that they'd be willing to share with some of the other communities.
I haven't heard of any as of today, but I'll find out and reach out to Alexis tomorrow.
Okay, I think they're called grabbers. I don't know what they're called.
The trash grabbers. Yep, I'll find
Right.
out tomorrow and reach out to Alexis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You don't mean me though, right?
No, you're not a trash grabber, no.
Well, we have some, we do, because we've used them for our cleanup when we have it. So we have grabbers. And like I said, if you guys are going to do it on Saturday, we're going to be out there, because like I said, we're just going to do what we would have done anyway.
Okay.
For that month. So if that helps, we're going to be in same bad channel, same time, same spot.
Okay.
If you guys, and we'll have the grabbers there, but that's just that spot. And I was wondering, whether or not, we have anybody else that was interested in other areas of Marlton that maybe wanted to do clean up in their area. Actually where we are isn't even our area, but we'll help where we can. That's,
Okay.
I don't know about that.
All right.
Okay, so I wanted to go ahead and Mr. Anthony, go ahead and present what it was that you wanted to say there.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I was actually typing it in there just in case I didn't get a chance. But it's in reference to the dumping. I'm unfamiliar with the complete layout there at the end of the road.
Mhm.
But is it possible if a resident in that area has view or line of sight in that area where they could, as crude as it sounds, mount some kind of little camera that would just, kind of survey that? With a lot of the cameras that you can buy nowadays, they're kind of inexpensive, little things you can just kind of point in that direction. But I'm unfamiliar with the layout, if that's even possible.
So are you asking us to put like a camera there to monitor the dumping, or would you like to see a picture of the dumping site?
No, I was just merely if there was a resident because of the end of that road, I don't know if somebody's got a window view from their residence or something like that, if they would be willing to do something like that. If that's the complaint for those who live down on that end, if they can communicate with them, with the neighbors in that area and say, hey, would you be willing? Is it possible to? And if not, there's always there are hunting type cameras that are motion activated hunting cameras. But again, not knowing the complete layout at that end or whose property line is whose in reference to being able to do something, just as an option.
I appreciate that, and that's a really good point. The issue that I see here in this particular area is that one, ownership. We don't know exactly who actually owns this little sliver of property. There's an HOA, there's our HOA, the Heathermore Townhomes, there's Marlton, there's the apartments, and then there's the county. So we don't know where this little sliver of land is. And it's in a really, really ideal location for dumping because there's no immediate house or immediate resident around there. So you would literally have to be outside and seeing someone do it. So it's in a really precarious location. Happy to discuss it with you further if you would like. But mounting a camera, I mean, I can suggest that we can put out communications, but it is in kind of a really weird and difficult location to actually catch the activity.
I understand.
Okay. Mr. Anthony, go ahead and ask your question.
Anthony Jones?
Yes, Mr. Anthony, yep.
Okay. Mr. Anthony Washington, that was an excellent point. I just so happen to be a hunter, and I've got multiple cameras that I use to track deer and other critters that come in the yard. I'd be willing to set up a camera at a location that could answer some questions about who's doing the dumping for about a week period, 1 week, 7 days. Anyway, just contact me through my phone number, 301-534-1857. I'll set my camera up in such a way that people won't see it, and at a time when people least expect it, and then we'll see what we get. Second issue, as it relates to summer activities, etc., especially involving the pool. Let me know when you're ready for me to address those.
Oh, you can go right ahead. You can do it now.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Again, I apologize for being late, but got caught up with honey-do stuff around the house and I had to get it done.
Understood.
Okay, we did open over the holiday, and because of the wonderful weather, we were open and had a pretty good crowd to show up. I also do need to apologize due to some problems with our contractors, especially as it relates to the splash pool being up and running. We're having difficulty acquiring the needed items and components to make it happen. So having discussed the issue with the board, our board, and the contractors involved, we've decided not to install the splash pad this summer, but to wait until the fall of the year after we close, so that we will not interrupt any of our clients or residents and during the this summer season.
Okay.
Also, we're more than happy to entertain private parties, and different activities have been scheduled already at the pool to include, I think it was karate or was it judo? I forget. Anyway, it's a martial arts thing, and we do have swim lessons available. There is a pavilion, and we have multiple barbecue grills available. Kingfish, the swim team that was our 2019 champions, have returned in full strength, and will be competing at our pool. They also will be practicing periodically, but if you have young people that are interested, Marlton residents, that means all of our affiliated HOAs, et cetera, can participate at a discounted membership price. Do be aware it is a swim team activity and not just fun. But if you need to learn to have young ones that are willing to learn to be involved and meet other people, this will be a golden opportunity. Again, they are the area champions, and we're looking forward to a very competitive season. Last year, they had limited teams to participate, and Kingfish decided not to participate because of the way in which it was being structured. This year, though, they're back, so hopefully they'll continue their championship mode. Should you have any questions, please feel free to contact me directly, or you can go on our website, which needs to be updated. I apologize for that. Our email address for the pool is marltonpool.com at gmail.com. If there's any questions.
Office, Mr. Anthony, is there a phone? I don't mean to interrupt you. Is there a phone number for the office of the pool so they can call?
I don't want to give that out just yet because
Okay.
I'm not sure I have it correct.
Okay.
But if you call me, once I've validated that the number I have is good, then I'll pass that on.
Okay. All
Thank
right.
you. Any
Thank you.
questions?
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Anthony about the pool? Marlton pool? Okay. That be that. Mr. Stafford, are you still here?
Yes, I just got back.
Awesome. Can you
Okay.
give us a MCC update?
Yes. Well, hello, everybody. I am the acting president and vice president of the Marlton Control Commissioner. And we are in the process of reorganizing. And just in the past week, we had the loss of our treasurer, Jane Lowe. She passed away unexpectedly, and due to that, before let's go back a couple weeks. Jane and I had planned to call a meeting this week here to have a turnover or resign and turn over everything to a new commission. But we decided to delay it, and we decided to take another route and notify all the members all the residents in the community, so we could have a open meeting and get new members, new commissions and everything, new commissioners. And the Marlton Neighborhood Association Alliance, I'm sorry. Thank you. Has been very helpful and with assisting us into getting us back on track. And that was in the planning stage. And so at the moment, right now, we're stuck due to the loss of our treasurer. And come to find out, our bank account we have, there are two officers on there. One is Jane Lowe, and the other one is our past president, Clara White. And now we are unable to access our funds at the bank because Clara White is not, what I would say, is not in the position to go to the bank and give me access to the funds. So right now I'm seeking another person in the family who has power of attorney to go. Yeah, so I'm working on that because as you know, we have to maintain the gazebo area
and the grass.
Yeah, the grass, the gazebo, and also the electrical system, the lighting. And we had just gotten a bid from a company who was going to fix those. If you notice, some of those lamp poles are broken. So
on North Marlton.
Yeah, North Marlton.
Okay.
And half of those lights are not working on the light pole.
Okay.
So we were in the process of fixing those lights on those poles and replacing some of the lamps. And so we have to put that on pause. And we haven't paid our landscaper yet for taking care of the landscape. So right now I'm in a little dilemma here, trying to get access to the funds at the bank. And I've been to the bank, I spoke to the manager, and she advised me what to need to do. And at this point here, I'm going to need somebody with the power of attorney.
Okay.
And
all right, so it sounds like you got a lot. You got a lot to work out.
Yes.
So, so that sounds like our grass is going to be growing. And
we're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let that happen.
All right.
And we're doing our best, and to keep everything. Right now, our landscape person did a great job. If you drive by there, you can see a difference down there. And so it's looking just like the other entrance, or maybe what I would say a little bit better. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me turn on my video here. I'm sorry about that. I just realized I didn't have my video. Anyway, I'm gonna be keeping the Marlton Neighborhood Alliance updated on a weekly basis. And also, I'm going to make sure that we were about to issue a check for the MCC to become members, because we discussed that after we had that meeting. And she was about to do that. So
you just gotta do what you gotta do, and give us an update on that. And
yes, I will. And I want to thank the Marlton Neighborhood Association for assisting us. And I will need all the help I can get right now.
Right.
Okay.
We're gonna help you. What we can do, we'll do whatever we can to help.
Okay, well, I don't want to drop the ball and just walk away. So,
No worries. Well, I'm definitely gonna ping you and ask you for those updates for sure.
okay,
Okay.
great. Okay,
Mr. Anthony had a question. Mr. Anthony Jones had a question.
Not a question, but Mr. Williams,
yes,
let me talk to the contractor who's going to be installing the water lines. And since he's going to be using an area near where those
yes,
lights are, he may voluntarily have some people come out and make the necessary repairs that are needed on those fixtures. I don't
okay,
want to commit 100%, but I'm 80% sure he's going to be willing to help you get that stuff relamped. And as long as it's not requiring complete rebuild, but just
no,
bulbs
no,
and connections, then I rest assured, and you won't have to pay anything. And we thank you for your
Awesome.
cooperation as far as him getting started.
right,
Having mentioned the contractor, he's got signs up saying he's coming in the area for Grand Haven, Colony, etc., to do that water line work. Just remember, it's going to be done in phases, so it's a long process.
yeah, I spoke with him, Mr. Jones, and I gave him, he's gonna store his equipment at that little parking lot above the gazebo. So we have been in touch, but I would like for you to keep him up, keep in touch with him so he can take care of the lighting, the lamp poles.
Okay, so I can follow up with both, right? So I can follow up with Mr. Anthony and Mr. Stafford, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Stafford about MCC? I don't think we have any MCC. I saw some say they were coming, but they're not here.
Yeah, I sent one person, I sent them the link for the Zoom and I didn't see
Yeah.
them on here.
Well, that's okay. It's being recorded, so they can watch it later at their leisure.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'm gonna move on because I'm getting close to my time here. So thank you, Mr. Stafford, for that. And I will follow up with you to see where we are. We're trying to get something done. And I appreciate
Okay,
it.
thank you, Alexis.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so we had wanted to talk about the Grand Haven speed humps, and I'm not even sure if I have anybody here from. Now there's 3 Grand Havens. There's the original Grand Haven that's on the North Marlton side. There's a middle Grand Haven, and that Grand Haven is between Trumbull and the last street is Thrush. Okay. And then there's a third Grand Haven that's in the woods of Marlton. And that's over on the new, what I call them across the tracks. That's the newer houses over there. Well, newer meaning they're 20 years old now, but they were newer when when I got here. Anyway, so I'm talking about the middle Grand Haven. So Grand Haven between Trumbull and Thrush. We had a speed study for that area because some residents were complaining about the speed. And so because Paul, my husband, the VP, works for Public Works and Transportation, he actually did the speed study and found that, Paul, can you chime in here? Found that the speed was 60 miles an hour on Grand Haven and the 35?
Yeah, well, let me start from the beginning first. As she stated, my name is Paul Curlinger from Prince George's County Department of Public Works and Transportation. I work in the Traffic Safety Division, Technical Support Section of the Office of Engineering and Project Management. I'm gonna give you a little intro to what we call the Neighborhood Traffic Management Program. The Neighborhood Traffic Management Program for residential streets represents the commitment of Prince George's County and the Department of Public Works and Transportation to promoting and encouraging the safety and livability of the county's residential communities. In an effort to reduce the impact of traffic on our in our neighborhoods, the NTMP provides a process of identifying, evaluating, and addressing undesirable traffic conditions related to speeding and excessive volumes. So what we actually do in our studies, we actually do traffic counts. We also do speed studies, of course. We investigate to see if there are any vehicles doing cut through traffic. And when we say cut through traffic, We mean, are people using a roadway to cut through to get to another neighborhood as a shortcut, or just anybody who doesn't live directly on that street where the speeding is occurring? We also look to see if there's any pedestrian generators such as pools, parks, basketball courts, anything that would generate foot traffic. We also study, or actually we also investigate to see how many accidents have happened within a three-year period on that said roadway. We also look to see if there's any schools also directly located on that roadway. We take all these factors and we put them into what we call a score sheet. For a roadway to qualify for speed humps, that roadway has to at least get a minimum of 60 points to qualify for speed humps. So that being said, Grand Haven received 62 points after the study was completed. There was an unusual high amount of traffic being used, using Grand Haven during peak hours. As Alexis stated, the 85th percentile, and the 85th percentile is pretty much what 85% of motorists traveling on Grand Haven are traveling at the speed limit or higher. So the average person driving on Grand Haven is traveling 50 miles an hour. So that's, I think Grand Haven is 25 or 30. Either way, it's way above the speed limit. We also investigated this. We also saw that there was a lot of foot traffic because a lot of people out there jogging, walking their dogs, bicyclists, stuff like that. So we took that into account too. So that being said, we created I'm sorry, what the word I'm looking for, a layout of how many speed humps Grand Haven is going to receive. So right now we're up to possibly 7 speed humps to be installed on Grand Haven. The locations are going to be, the first one will probably be just shortly south of Trumbull Drive. The next one, actually 2 might be in between Barnwell Place and Midstock Lane. There'll probably be 2 between Midstock Lane and Midland Turn, and another 2 between Midland Turn and Thrush Place. So that's why we're getting this community meeting together, just to inform the residents. Hopefully somebody will be able to pass a word that hopefully we'll be able to calm some of these speeders on Grand Haven Place and make our community a little bit safer, especially for the people who are jogging, walking the dogs or whatever. So that's where we stand right now. So hopefully the speed humps will be installed, guessing probably sometime in July, hopefully no later than August.
Okay, and how would that impact the traffic, that's going back and forth in there?
I think you're muted.
Sorry. How is that going to impact the traffic that's coming through here? You said August, maybe?
Yeah, there's not, the only impact is going to be is that people who are speeding are going to be forced to slow down. And also the side streets, I'm sure some of you have probably experienced some people turning out. Some of them aren't able to see when they're turning out of the side streets on the Grand Haven. And even myself experienced almost T-boning some people coming off the side streets. So the only people that would be impacted are the people who are actually speeding. It doesn't really affect emergency response time, so there's no need to really worry about that. It may take maybe an extra 10 seconds off the arrival time, but emergency response, police, fire, they've all stated that any roadways that have speed humps aren't really, the response time are not affected.
Okay. Looks like Mr. Anthony Washington has a question.
Yes, this is for Paul. In comparison to what happened on Fairhaven, when they installed the new ones and then they had to kind of go back and smooth those down a little bit because people's axles were taking a pretty good hit, dropping off of each side. Is that something that's going to be avoidable this time around?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I didn't know if you had any direct contact with the folks who actually do that.
Yes, sir. Actually, what the problem is, sometimes utility work has to be done by whomever. Sometimes there's a line busted or they need to change something, and WSSC, uh, most of the time when they have to do some work and they have to remove the speed hump and reinstall it, we have run into the situation a lot of time where they don't follow our specs and our guidelines. They, I guess they just install it the way that they feel it needs to be installed. Matter of fact, last year or maybe it was the year before, I had complained to them about it, and they usually move at a snail's pace. I gave them the spec sheets, the design, and everything, and told them they need to follow it to a T. I don't know why they installed it the way that they did that last time, too high, and I believe also too long. I forget what it was, but yeah, I drove over it myself and saw that they were done incorrectly. So we had to send them a little nasty gram and tell them, if something happens to any of the residents' cars, you're going to be liable. So they had to rush back out there, remove all the speed humps and reinstall them. So anytime that you run into a speed hump that's uh, not installed correctly or may possibly be damaging your vehicle, probably because WSSC or some other outside contractor had removed it for do some work and reinstalled them incorrectly. So anytime you do witness like something like that within a county, you can just call 311, or I'll just put up my email and you can contact me and I'll get it to the right people to make sure that the speed humps are installed correctly and there's no possible damage done to your vehicles.
Thanks a lot for that. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Anybody else have any questions about the speed humps on Berry? Okey-doke. All right, so at this point, we're at the end of our little thing here. If anybody have any questions, they just general questions. Anybody? No questions. All right. Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for attending. Please go and remember, we got Saturday. We got our bulk pickup. Take advantage of getting that stuff out the house and having them pick it up. This is a perfect opportunity to do some spring cleaning, also, or spring summerish cleaning. Also, we got our newsletter that's out already, and you can pick it up or you can look at it at marlton.org, and also check out marlton.org for other interesting information. Miss Angela, I want to thank you for coming. Appreciate you showing up for us. And
You all are welcome. No problem.
thank you. And thank all of you for coming. I appreciate that. Mr. Stafford, thank you for coming from MCC. I appreciate you. And Mr. Anthony for sharing the information about the pool. And we will see you again. We got another meeting. The next meeting will be in 3 months. So let's do September, right? July, August, September. So September. I will put out that information about the time and dates and all that kind of stuff then. So everybody enjoy the rest of your week and your summer, and you'll be hearing from us. Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming. Bye.
Thank you, Alexis.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know how to close my thing down. Where did it go? Oh, stop sharing. There we go.